Take two. You know what they say the best take besides the first take is?
The second take?
Second take, and that's exactly what this is. Let's give a round of applause for our first ever Lost podcast.
Is that a callback?
We lost the first podcast. SD card situation. No big deal. No big deal. We didn't get too far into it.
But you know what they say.
In terms of how we felt, how we liked it.
You know what they say.
What do they say?
You know what's better than the first take?
What?
So what are we doing today?
Two things. First of all, I want to introduce a new segment.
Yep.
And this segment is, we're not even going to do an abbreviation. I thought about it. It wasn't good. It is get something off your chest. I'd love if you guys in the comments got something off your chest, sent us videos. We're going to get something off our chest. It could be something serious. It could be something light, fun, silly, just something you thought about. I want to give the floor to you, Luke, producer Luke. Get something off your chest.
So I need to get something off my chest. Over break, Easter break, I went over to my friend Erin's house, just to check in, see with her. It's been a while since I last saw her. And before I drove over, I was leaving my house, going about halfway through the door, and my mom calls out for me, says, Luke, don't forget to say hi to Erin for me. I go, okay, I will. I'll see you. I'll be back soon. Love you. I love you too, son. I go to the car, click my heels, and drive to Erin's house. I get there, and I'm just so overwhelmed by, seeing her again, and, we just hang out. It's her sister's birthday, and it's a great time. And we hung out for a while, and all that time, I didn't tell Erin that my mom said hi.
No. And you never were. When your mom said that to you, did you plan on it?
It's like you're bringing someone else into the conversation,
You didn't plan on it, and I wouldn't have either.
No,
I never, ever say hi when someone says to say hi, ever.
Do you wish you could?
Yes.
It kind of just it ruins the flow of seeing someone.
Here's the thing.
It's an interruption.
Was your mom being nice? Totally.
Yes.
You know what your mom could do?
Say hi to Erin.
She could say hi.
She's gonna drive
her number.
She does?
Probably.
They? Maybe.
She could. She could say hi. She could.
She could.
And it's a nice thought. It's just like, it's not needed. And I never say hi, and I wish I did. I never will. It's just not.
Why is that a thing then? Why is that a thing?
It's polite.
To who?
To Erin.
But she doesn't know.
It's just a
to
nice
me?
gesture.
Why?
It also shows you that your mom cares.
That Erin. Well, Erin, if you're watching this, my mom says hi.
You feel better?
Much, actually. Thank you for giving this space. Jacob, do you have something you want to get off your chest?
I do.
Let's hear it.
And it started in my last class today. It started around 6 p.m. So it's pretty late in the day. Had 3 classes today. It was my last one. Pretty excited for it. My favorite class. And my professor has a Red Bull. He has a Red Bull can. Like the small one.
Yep.
Very skinny. And I'm like, that's weird. He doesn't give me the vibe that he drinks Red Bulls. And he might still.
Yeah,
even this story. Yeah. And you know how I feel about energy drinks.
I would say it's an ick for you.
Yeah, it's kind of,
I
think it's not appropriate.
To say it's an ick?
To drink it.
Yeah.
I think it's not okay. I'm serious. And I drink 2 coffees every single day, and I don't think
But energy drink is where you draw the line.
Yeah.
Everyone has their little bits.
I don't like it. And he actually addressed the class about it, and he said, I forgot my water bottle. Everything okay there?
Yeah, just double checking.
I forgot my water bottle, and I forgot my water bottle, so I'm going to be drinking water out of this. Like, okay, that's weird. Because now I thought about the Red Bull when I walked in the class.
Did he announce it too?
It was just casual. He was getting ready to start his lecture.
What was he trying to prove, though?
I thought about it when I walked in class, and then he brought it up. So now I've thought about Red Bull twice. A few minutes later,
When he
someone
noticed it,
walks
and then
in late
He's not locked in.
with a Red Bull. The same exact type of Red Bull. I don't know if this is just the normal,
The small
generic
one?
Red Bull. I thought there was a bigger one.
I can only imagine one size. Maybe I've seen the other size.
Maybe I just don't know. Okay, whatever. Class ends. Good class.
So it's 3 Red Bull. In
3
the
Red
span
Bull
of...
thoughts, but 2 Red Bulls that I've seen.
Right.
Walking back,
It's really interesting.
as we mentioned, we live in the North End in downtown Boston. A lot going on our street. It's a
Very
there's a lot going on. I mean,
Very
Kai Sanat was on our street a few months ago.
Was. That was awesome.
And he posted it. He posted a video getting out of like a car on our street.
It's tough.
It's cool. We get to
Very
see
blessed
a lot.
to live in the street, yeah.
It's unbelievable. And I will pop it up. There was this car with a Red Bull, like it was a Red Bull car.
Yes.
And it was,
I've seen those.
And it was like the trunk had like a Red Bull like can on it.
Yes.
Same can.
Yes.
So I'm like, all right, that's weird. And honestly, I just was like, that's cool. So I took that picture of it. And then the last thing that just threw me off, and I had to get it off my chest when I saw this, was somebody in a restaurant in the North End, which, by the way, these are nice Italian, for you those who don't know, nice Italian restaurants. Like, you go in the North End, probably well-dressed. You don't have to. No, like, to go to dinner. Right?
Yes.
It's,
Bound
you
to
know,
definitely.
you...
Sure.
Yeah. And
Someone...
he has a Red Bull backpack on. And
He's
I'm like,
probably
what
operating the Red Bull
is
car.
happening? And it was stressful.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, what is happening with Red Bull? So,
I'm so sorry I had to go through that.
I just want to get that off my chest. It was very weird.
Huh. Something's afoot. Something deeper.
And you know what?
Wait.
That had me thinking more than anything. This is like a total side tangent, just be quick. A few months ago, when Dylan came, we'll get Dylan on.
Shout out Dylan.
Shout out Dylan. We love you, Dylan.
How you doing?
There was a Red Bull event in Boston.
Yes.
Sponsored.
It's like...
And there was like thousands of people there. The only time I've ever seen more people in this city in like one space, and I am not kidding, was the Celtics parade and probably...
It was a lot of people.
And
Yeah, right.
probably the Celtics thing we were at,
Yeah.
the opening night.
Yeah.
But that was just one spot. This was bigger than that. At least like...
It was
it was more spread out.
Snowboarding, extreme snowboarding. What's the?
It was
director?
extreme. It was extreme. Yeah, snowboarding or what? I think it was just they were doing tricks. It was cool. It was like famous snowboarders or whatever. They're just doing like jumps
It was like the same thing over and over again.
for hours, and you didn't even see down at Faneuil Hall. Anyways, Dylan, you had to go back to set.
Mm-hmm.
Dylan and I saw a total of 1 Red Bull.
But it was sponsored by the event was sponsored by Red Bull.
Sponsored by Red Bull. Red Bull ads everywhere. We saw a few cases, like people carrying cases, but we saw 1 Red Bull.
Huh.
They weren't even selling them on the streets. They weren't handing them out. 1.
Something.
And I saw more today.
Yeah. Something's going on.
Weird, right?
Something's afoot. Quite frankly.
So it was weird.
Drop in the comments if you like Red Bull.
I don't. And I don't approve of it.
I'm really sorry. Do you feel better?
Yeah, I feel better. Thank you for listening. I mean, I know that was a lot.
What's going on? Dude, it's gonna break my teeth.
Just eat the...
I can't. I'm trying to buy.
I just wanted to share. God. My God.
I can't.
Dude, eat it.
I can't.
You just wasted it.
I can't. I can't bite. It's made out of concrete. It's stuck into my teeth.
All right. Anyways, so what we're really getting into in this episode,
The hell?
the title, as you saw it, is how to tell if someone likes you. And the short answer is you don't. That's
You don't?
No, I don't think so.
Maybe we'll change that after we talk today.
What?
You don't think you can tell when someone likes you?
Not all the time. But we wanted to get more into the...
It's in my teeth.
We wanted to get more into the ideology of... I don't want to say, like, someone liking, like, the ideology of relationships and how they affect you. And, this podcast heavily involves fog.
Feeling
Feeling foggy.
foggy.
Where's the fog?
Fog is what?
Fog is what? What the fog?
What the fog?
And
Clearing the fog.
we want to talk about how it affect how the process of dealing with somebody somebody you're interested in romantically can affect you. So we broke it up into
Boy, oh boy, can it affect
5
you.
or 6 different, I don't want to say questions, but parts,
phases.
and they kind of tell the story of A to B. I don't want to say A to Z. The Z is like
pretty short
long,
alphabet.
It's long after.
How many letters? 25?
26.
Why did I think there's 25?
Maybe this is like F. A to F.
Because that's the 6th letter.
I don't know.
A,
Just
B,
A to
C,
F.
D, E, F.
I
Yeah, that
just
is
did
the 6th letter.
I just did that.
Good,
I didn't mean to
Jacob.
do that.
Okay.
So the first thing...
I'm ready.
Well, that's the first thing I want to talk about.
Oh, right.
Are you ready?
Anyway,
Are you ready? Like, how does one know if they are ready or not for something serious? And do you, before you go into making decisions with your life, in terms of a romantic relationship, I think sometimes we overlook the part where internally we decide if we're actually ready. You like someone and it's working out, right? And you're looking short term. You're looking right now. Okay, I get to do all these things for the first time. I get to, introduce them to my family and friends, and we get to do all these firsts.
this is before you want a relationship with them. You're thinking this, but you just said short term.
I'm saying you're thinking short term. You're thinking about the things that would feel immediately satisfying. I think sometimes you need to focus on what you need to try to envision a year from now, 6-7 months from now. If you can, I don't know how healthy this is, 2-3 years from, I just wanted to know, what do you think about that? Do you think that's valued enough? Do you do that?
I think thinking long term is fair. Definitely fair. And I think it's definitely fair to not even be ready to see yourself, let alone a dynamic relationship that far in the future. It's like that stupid job interview question, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Pisses me the fuck off every time someone asks me that question. I don't know. Do you want me to say I'm working for you? If I don't say I'm not working for you, then it shows I'm not committed. So, you could critique that framework like that. No one knows what the future holds in anyone. But I think it's fair to definitely want to start a relationship with longevity. I know I definitely do. I don't want to waste time. I think I'm committed to it.
Not all are, and that's okay.
But I think first, you lay the foundations. Obviously, almost goes without saying with yourself in your own personal situation. You got to be self-assured with, I don't know, how you carry yourself. Obviously, a partner will help change and help you grow, but you got to get the basics. You don't want to make it a how do I put this? Almost like just like a therapy session every time you're with them. You want to you want to receive, but you also want to give back. And I think you got to have a good head on your shoulders for that. And just, whatever that means for you is different for everyone. But just, I keep saying the word self-assured.
I couldn't agree more. I think you need to, I think you need to think about it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I really do. I think I completely agree. And I think, but I do think it's okay to, I don't think you're looking like, it's not so much where will you be in 2 years with this person. I think it's like, could I at least try to see myself in a relationship?
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
In a year or whatever.
I think that's fair.
I think
that's what you thought about with St. John's. You couldn't see yourself at St. John's.
I could not see myself. I literally said I am enjoying it now. And I thought about 2-3 years, and it just wasn't for me.
Mm-hmm. And that was
that
was your main factor of
leaving,
transferring, right?
And who knows? Maybe I would have loved it, but
probably not.
I think I made the right decision. Yeah. So I think
you did. So there you go. That's a good example then.
But I do agree that you shouldn't make every decision just like, well, in 5 years maybe I will feel totally different, because who knows. But I think you need to project at least to a degree of knowing who you are now and who you've been. Could these, I don't know, habits, but does your personality work in a way that, in for a long period of time you'll be committed to somebody?
Could you make the connection to getting a tattoo?
You definitely can make the connection.
Can you see yourself
getting a tattoo.
Still liking a tattoo in 5 years that you got when you're 18 or so?
I think that's what you also need to ask yourself. But a lot of the times, you're stupid sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just make mistakes. It's okay.
So I have a question about that, but I think we'll touch on it in the second phase or third phase here. I forget.
So let's go to it. Let's do that. The second thought we had was, is it appropriate to, do you need to, and how can you go into something so new expectationless?
Expectationless.
If that's a word.
It's a good buzzword. I think, yeah, it's a word.
You go into anything, with anything. It doesn't have to be what we're talking about. With an expectation, right? You apply to a job, you expect to get in or not, whatever. Whatever happens based on your expectations is how you feel. Fair?
Yep.
I wouldn't like to think, but I do think that with relationships, especially when you're younger, even where we're at right now, you put a lot of pressure on it because it kind of hones in on a lot of other things, like confidence and people accepting you. Mm-hmm. And I feel like those are obviously completely serious and important topics, but I think, it all does connect where you really need to, or it's helpful to go into something with realistic expectations. Doesn't mean they're not going to be interested. It's realistic either way. What do you think?
Expectationless. I'm trying to wrap my head just how to use the word right, but so to me it almost is you want to make yourself numb. Is that what you're saying? Expectationless. You just go in with open mind with no expectations.
I feel like open mind and numb is very different.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the right wording here. It's like you said, you want to have an expectation. People have reasons for pursuing a cause. For every causation, there is a reaction, or whatever the physics sentence is. Right?
No, I see. I think it's okay to have expectations.
Definitely, maybe not super high expectations. Do you believe in love at first sight? That's a high expectation.
Yeah, that is a high expectation.
I think that's how we should frame it. Do you expect to immediately click with your partner right away?
I think it just depends on the people.
Definitely, you could definitely dream. Do you believe
think
in, like
some
what, high
people-
school sweethearts? You wish you could have a high school sweetheart? That's a high expectation.
It happens. These all happen. I guess I'm more saying, because those are really high expectations that I would imagine a lot of people want. I don't know about everybody. Probably not. But those are like broad. I guess I'm asking more in like if you're, interested in somebody, maybe you have been for an extended period of time, and you're going to tell them, you want to make it clear. Good. If you want to make it known, would you what would you, without any more knowledge on the situation, what would happen if they said yes or no? They said yes, I feel the same way, or no, I do not feel the same way. I'm just asking you.
That's my expectation.
No, I'm asking you right now.
How would I feel if they said yes or no?
Yeah.
If they said yes, I'd be happy. If they said no, I'd be a little bummed out.
That's it.
What are you getting at?
I know I had something. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying to be numb towards it. I'm saying I feel like a lot of people have a certain expectation, either like, oh, it's not going to work out, or it's going to, and that severely affects their mood.
Okay.
And how they feel about themselves, and how they feel about their relationship with other people, and how it affects them in the future.
Yeah. You definitely don't want to put up walls. I think you want to go for it. A little scary, obviously, but that's how you get the most profound change with challenge.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, don't find too many excuses. Don't put up too many walls. Yeah, and definitely, don't put them on a pedestal, I'd say. I mean, obviously, they could be a fantastic person, perfect match, but still, there's got to be some grounding in that. Life is nothing like the movies.
Oh, and you need to value yourself, too. Like, just because one person's, like, not feeling the same doesn't mean you're any worse.
Yeah, if you put them on a pedestal, it could get a little dangerous.
Yes.
And then that's how you get
Which
hurt
it
the
happens.
most.
That's what happens.
Yeah, you get excited. You get caught up in the whole adventure of it. Yeah.
Expectations.
Okay. I like that. Less.
The next topic I want to bring up is the topic of Friends.
The show?
And no.
And, I've never seen it.
I haven't either. I've seen maybe one episode. And how friends that have known each other for a long time, how this fits in with that category, and how, you're no therapist, you're no scientist, you're no love doctor.
I'm no scientist.
But I'm just asking you, like, what do you think? Just like a random, you're not random.
I try to be.
But you're like normal. You're just a normal guy. Like what you...
I try to be random.
You're normal.
See, that was random.
That scared the shit out of me.
You didn't see it coming. Random. I think, it's a fair, it's fair to. No, I can't. I'm sorry. I ruined your chocolate. You hear this the phrase all the time, friends to lovers, right? That's like a storyline that everyone wants. I just said life isn't like the movies, and I'm using the word storyline, but I think it's a thing. People want that. I think there's nothing wrong with setting a foundation of a relationship as friends first. In fact, I think that's probably the most safest and definitely least vulnerable way to grow a connection with someone.
Least vulnerable.
Yeah, if you're going in with romantic intentions, you're vulnerable from the get-go. If you're friends, there's no pressure. You don't have to hold a standard to
I guess if you're actually friends.
Yes.
Like you both went into that
relationship. It's a little creepy
creepy
if you're like, I'm going to be friends with a person.
Right.
And then
I'm sure that happens.
Get it? That's a little creepy.
I'm sure that
disingenuous.
Yes.
But friends to lover plot line is perfectly healthy, and I think it's a good way to build a foundation. And, I haven't heard this phrase in a while, maybe literally last time I used it was maybe like elementary school, was the friend zone. I think we get caught up in the idea that when you are friends with someone, that's it. You can't move out. And I think that's definitely the case. And people definitely want to have that safety net of knowing that they can not expect a sudden new, I don't know, situation with someone they were feeling chill with. That can get a little scary and catch them off guard. But yeah, there's no reason you should be locked in if your feelings do develop. I think it's, it's adult. People say you should marry your best friend. Right? That's a thing
Maybe we
people
should
say.
take it more literally.
Right. I
like that.
What do you think?
I don't know. I've never been in that situation, personally. I think... I'm going to kind of copy what you just said at the end there. I think that could be the most genuine type of relationship. Not always necessarily, but having that bond before is just something so strong. And it's not even just the bond. It's like having the time together. If you're friends with someone for 3 or 4 years, and then it turns into something more. It's like, oh yeah, we know we can spend this amount. I mean, that you're spending more time once it becomes something more, but just even that like clarity of, okay, we know this much about each other, and you've probably seen each other in relationships, and you're probably able to learn a lot more about that person. And when you actually get into it, I'm sure it is just way. I mean, and I am positive that there are times it doesn't work out, obviously, but if it's the right people, I could almost be certain that it is because they're ready and they know everything about each other, and it's just kind of a seamless transition. So I actually think I know another thing we wanted to talk about a little bit is like that risk and reward, and like kind of the next steps of once you've internally decided, okay, this is what I'm going to do. Or it's just organically happened. Like, I'm going to, ask this person to, go out, or I'm going to tell this person how I feel. Now it's like, what happens next? What's the transition from like
risk to reward?
That, and just like other,
Hey,
Hey,
Connor.
Connor.
Welcome. Welcome back. How was work?
Great.
I'm glad, man. Well, it's a late night for you.
Won.
Yes. It was a long game for a reason.
Oh,
they
Lord.
didn't go extra innings or anything.
Who'd they play?
Mariners.
Oh.
And they won 8-3.
Oh, tough.
And the game took like 2.5 hours.
Oh.
Well, the seventh inning lasted at least 30 minutes. So.
7th inning stretch.
Now you get
Literally.
to watch Lakers T-Wolves. You're blessed with LeBron James.
You could put it that way.
I will put it that way.
Good to see you, Connor.
I mean, I had a lot of fun talking about that.
I had a blast.
Times I felt like I didn't even know what the hell I was saying, to be honest. But I hope I sounded...
Yeah, I was following.
Still getting used to this whole thing. Even though I feel like starting to get in a rhythm here, I love where this is going. I feel like every single episode I'm talking about the direction of the pod, but I love it.
Me as well, man.
So I'm not afraid to mention it.
I'm here for the ride.
Me too.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming on. The music and the fog.
Yeah. Is it the fog? What is it?
What the fog?
I thought you were doing something.